And here we are with a beautiful view of Mount Dhaulagiri above us. Yeah, this was a very nice guest house, most unexpected. But yeah, so we're heading off today. This is Italian camp. We're heading off to Japanese camp or glacier camp, depending on which map you look at. But yeah, it's a little bit worrying because Maps.me says we're looking at 9 hours. It's only 6 kilometers, but Maps.me has a big climb up to 4,700 meters and then back down to, I think we're at 4,100 now. Yeah, Maps.me says we're going to be climbing up to 4,700 before dropping down 500 meters. But the guys here think it only takes 4 hours. So yeah, Maps.me is notoriously inaccurate when it comes to when you're in a place like this with very steep hills. Sometimes if it gets the route just very slightly wrong, then it has it kind of climbing up a big hill and dropping down again. So it quite often gets things wrong. But it is always a worry when Maps.me says it's going to be some massive long time. But the guides here should know their stuff. So I think there's one group that we're going to be hiking at the same time as. And yeah, so this is where the hike gets proper. This is the last staffed kind of guest house we're going to find. So it's going to be camping from now on. So I think we've got 4 or 5 days of camping ahead of us, which will be interesting on the glacier. Hope it won't be quite as nasty as the glacier camping we had in Pakistan, but we shall see. Well, well, well. The Dhaulagiri trek is starting to live up to this somewhat fearsome reputation that we've heard about. Today was difficult, to say the least. The first difficulty was this huge, what would you call it, a glacial remnant, this kind of little stub of a glacier that was just right next door to Italian camp, and you could see that previously there was a really nice trail going all the way down with steps and things, and down and then up again. But it looks like that there's some problem with that. Maybe the bridge has been washed away at the bottom or something, and so we had to do a big detour around, hiking across the glacier, the sort of stub of the glacier. That was interesting, and then all sorts of very sketchy trails, and lots of sort of, you know, one slip and you're gone kind of terrain. And then it got a little bit easier for a while. We were following a river along, and then we came to this the start of the big glacier, I think. And our maps have us going, all of the maps and the trails, the trails that we've GPX trails we've downloaded have us going across the river that kind of appears from the bottom of the glacier. But we could see there was a path on the top of the glacier, and we could see a porter in front of us, so we kind of climbed up there, and there was a nice path. We could follow the path all the way up, and then there was a kind of side stream that was it was a raging torrent, and there was just no nice places to cross. We found the best place. It wasn't particularly difficult to cross. You had to sort of do a little bit of hopscotch, but the consequences of slipping and falling into this torrent would have been horrible. It was a sort of 30-degree slope, and it was just horrible. It would have been. So what we did, we took one look at it and had a good kind of think, and decided that we were going to just wait and have lunch, and wait for some of the commercial group to arrive, because we worked out they have two guests, the two Japanese kind of clients, and they have 11 Nepali helpers with them, like one guide, one cook, two like kitchen helpers, and the rest of porters. So there was a sort of constant stream of them climbing up the valley. So we just waited. We had cooked some noodles. We kind of crouched behind a couple of rocks, because it was pretty rock slidey, dangerous sort of terrain. So we kind of crouched in between some rocks and had our lunch, and just waited for a couple of porters to arrive. And of course, one of them just whipped his shoes off and jumped across like a cat. It was ridiculous. And then he popped back over. I went across with my pack, and then the porter sort of jumped back and picked up Siyuan's pack very nicely. We thanked them very much, and then it was just a very simple hike across the moraine to this, which is Japan base camp, or perhaps glacier camp, depending on which map you're looking at. And this is our little spot that we found, which is pretty good. That we're fitting the tent fits nicely here. Pegs don't really go in, so we've pegged it out with rocks, but that's fine. And yeah, we've got that sort of epic scenery all around, and the rest of the commercial group are all just sort of dribbling in, and here's Siyuan saying hello. Yeah, so that was today. It was much more exciting today. I've been getting a little bit bored with just hiking on nice, well-prepared trails. This today has been epic. The views have been epic as well.